Hello and welcome to video number 5 in my SQL series. In this video, we are going to be learning how to work with an existing database, edit, rename, or add a new column to a table. So first, let's take a look at an existing database table from another project, another tutorial in this SQL playlist. So let's go ahead and fire up our SQL database. So here I'm using XAMPP. Type MySQL-U for user, and this is the root user, and enter. And then we want to tell the MySQL driver what database we're going to be working on. And I have that in my config file, so I'm just going to copy and paste it here. Alright, now we are working on the same database that we've been using throughout this SQL series. Show the tables. This is the table, and let's see what fields are in this table. So we have the primary key, which is the UID, that is auto increments, the title, which is a string, and a string is varchar in SQL. We have date, data type, date time, author, which is another string, which is varchar in SQL, and then we have post, which is data type text. So first thing I want to do is I want to add another column here. I want to add a column that shows the date that a post is edited. In a previous tutorial in this SQL series, we created this, and this is a form that allows us to edit a post. And now I want to add a field that tracks the date that a post is edited. So how do we add a new field to an existing table? Real easy. I'm going to show you that SQL statement that we use right now. So when you are editing an existing table, you start with the keyword alter. Alter table, and this is blog post. And then I'm going to copy this because I want you to see the code here. So I'm going to type it here like I always do. And then we're going to paste it in the terminal. So you could write this all on one line, but it's easier to see it if I put this on separate lines. So alter table blog post, and we're going to be adding a column. So do add, and just like when we create a table, you name it. So we're going to call this last edited, or last edit is going to be the name of our column. And then the data type is going to be date time, and then we're going to set it default, which is current timestamp. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So you could put this on one line, or you could leave it like that if you want, and just copy this, and I'm going to paste it in here, hit enter. Alright, so now let's describe the blog post, and you'll see last edit, date time, current timestamp. So let's take a look at how many posts I have so far. So I'm going to select the UID, the title, the pub date, and the last edit from table name blog post. Alright, so these are all of the posts that I made to my fictitious blog. As you can see, it added the date and time, which I just added this column. So when I added the column, it automatically added that in right there. So let's do an experiment. Let's say I've got two posts with the same name. So let's change the post name on the post with the UID of 6. So let's go here and put 6 as the ID, and I'm just going to change the title and click the edit button. Post 6 has been edited. Now let's go over here and hit the up button, the arrow up, to go back to the same SQL statement, and we see this, and the time is still the same. And the reason that is because we need to go in here and use this form, and we're going to have to set the current timestamp in here, because once it sets here, it does not change. So if we want it to change, we're going to have to edit the PHP file that runs the script. So let's add a new variable, date equals, make sure you choose the same format. Format is very important here. So we're going to use a PHP function called date. If we look here, we can see the format. So let's copy that. This is going to be the format that we want, which is year, month, day, hour, minute, second. So year is Y hyphen, month is M hyphen, D for day, H for hour, I for minute, and S for second. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in so you can see this. Capital Y for year, lowercase m for month, lowercase d for day, capital H for hour, lowercase I for minute, and lowercase s for second. So Alright, once you have the date in a variable, then you need to add it here. So I'm going to add it first. So remember, the field name is last edit. So last edit equals question mark. And copy that. So it must go first because it's first here. Alright, so that is pretty much it. So let us come back here and hit the edit button again. Alright, we have a problem. Ah, we forgot the comma right here. Alright, let me hit edit again. Alright, so I didn't really change anything. I just did a little bit, but not much. So now let's go back and move the up arrow. And here we go. We have a new date and time now. So if we pick another one, let's do number 3. We go number 3, and I'm just going to hit edit. And then we hit the up arrow. And number 3 now has a different date and time. Okay, so we added a column. What if we want to rename a column? So let's pick a column to rename. Alright, let's change the title column to, let's call it post title. So just like adding a new column, we want to begin with alter table, and then the name of the table, again, is blog post, alter table blog post, and we're going to be changing the title field name. So we're going to type change in title, and then the new field name, post title, and the data type, which is going to be the same as it was originally. Just got to double check. Varchar 255, yeah. So alter table blog post, and if you want to see this here, that's what it looks like. Alright, add the semicolon and hit enter. Alright, now you see you have a new name, and when you select, you gotta change this to post title. See? Alright, so that I do not have to mess with the PHP, this right here. So I don't have to mess with the PHP, I'm going to actually change the name back to what it was. So alter table, change post title, and I'm changing it back to what it was. Alright, so now the name is back. So one last thing we're going to do is learn how to delete a field. So let's add another field just so that we can delete it. So let's see. I'm gonna copy this. Let's see. Alright, so I'm uncommented. So alter table, let's add a column named delete, and let's make this a varchar with 50 characters. Alright, copy that, paste it here, hit enter. Oh, we should probably change the name. So don't use delete, let's say delete this. Don't use a keyword. So change the name from delete to delete this or something. Any name, but don't use delete as the name of the field. Don't use a keyword as your field name. Alright, now describe blog post. You'll see this, delete this, varchar. And that field was created solely for the purpose of deleting. So let's start with alter table like we had before. Name of the table. In SQL, when you want to delete something, you use the keyword drop. So we're going to say drop column, and the name of the column is delete this. Alright, and now describe, and you'll see the column is gone. Okay, so that is it for this. In the next SQL tutorial, we are going to be specifically covering how to loop through the rows in a database to output something like a list of all the titles with excerpts and their date and author. So we're going to loop through every row in the table and output specific data that we specify. So that's the next tutorial following this one. Look forward to seeing you. Don't forget to hit subscribe, support. Love you.